Hello, my lovely peaches. So it's Sunday, July 8th. Is it the 8th or the 9th? 2023. And I have a bruise on my arm. I banged into a door or something. Like a door that had like a lock, a bolt or something, and I banged into it anyway. I just wanted to pop in. I'm feeling super kind of crappy today. So if you've been following me at all on this channel, you know that I used to talk a lot about SP obsession and manifesting a specific person. And for a long time, I thought I was trying a mental experiment, trying to manifest someone. And then I realized, you can't manifest someone just because you're trying. And anyway, basically the fantasy construct, the fantasy construct I had was blown out of the water. And so that forced me to face my actual pain. And in the meantime, I've also been somewhat obsessively learning about this choline, disgusting person, Bollinger situation. Like, I never even knew who she was until a week or two ago, maybe 2 weeks ago by now. Like, I never even heard of her before. And then I just started to see stories about her, and I started to listen to Adam McIntyre, and then Johnny Silvestri, and then, so I do follow Trisha Paytas. A lot of people hate her. A lot of people talk bad about her. In the last 2 weeks, I went from not knowing Trisha Paytas that much, following her, and just occasionally watching some of her videos or parts of her videos, to deeply respecting her as a person and feeling a sense of, like, I can relate to broken friendships. I can relate to behaving a certain way in the past that you're learning to mature and change from. I can relate to wanting to learn how to deal with your mental health better. I can relate to not wanting to behave the way you used to behave. I can relate to all of that. And listening to Trisha's video that she put out, actually both of them, there was a video that she put out that was like really chaotic, and she said, like, hey guys, like 6 times. She talked about like how many times she had to restart it, and the editing showed that. But I actually appreciated that, because she could have edited it out and made it smoother. But I personally felt that the editing style of that video was perfect, and it showed exactly how hard that video was. And the video where she talked about choline the first time, not the one where the one I was just talking about, was with the set, with the sparkly blue and the sparkly rainbow, and she was showing the dolls that she'd bought and talking about, like, how painful it is and how much it triggered her. But the video before that, I was floored at how mature she really came across. And so I have nothing but respect for her, deep respect for her. And I want to say that here. I personally didn't follow her back in the day when she was problematic, I guess. So I don't know. I never built up like a resentment or a negative feeling towards her. I just find her entertaining. And actually, I kind of found her through her husband, who I saw do a talk about water, and I thought that was super cool. And then when he started dating her, I was like, oh, who's this? And then I saw that there were people who were like, oh, I hate her. And I was like, I don't know anything about her. I just learned about her from Moses. So I liked her. I think she's super cute and adorable, and she's entertaining and stuff. So I like her. I really want this to be a short video, though. I just wanted to point out. So I watched Trisha's video where she did talk about Colleen, and then I watched the video she did after with the set, the blue sparkle set, and she said that was the set of their podcast, and she was going to take it down. But anyway, there was a really important thing that I don't know. Maybe people realize it. Maybe it's something that people are mentioning, but people are focusing on the very obvious, clear, like heartbreaking reality of here was a woman, Trisha, who had what she believed was a friendship with this other woman, Colleen, and it's like the obvious thing is like Trisha was played. Trisha put a lot into the friendship. Trisha was excited about the friendship. Trisha spent money to invest in the podcast with this witch. I won't even disparage witches like this, with this awful, evil person. Trisha was a good friend. Trisha was someone who I would be honored to have a friend like her. She's from what it seemed like she poured into the friendship, clips I've seen. Looks like Colleen was fucking lucky. Lucky as hell that she had a friend like that. Okay, and so the point that I'm trying to get at is that like now it comes out like, well, all this time Colleen was actually making fun of her and using her as a point of bullying and like comedy relief at the expense of Trisha. And so Trisha had said something in her video like, well, it really hurts to know that, like when she was showing these dolls that she bought, which had something to do with their podcast, and I guess they were going to dress up. She said something about dress up cosplay as Golinda and somebody else, and so she bought these dolls that was supposed to be, it's really cute that she wanted to create something that would be like a really cute memento memory of this thing. I mean, she's just so thoughtful. And so she said, realizing that this woman is disgusted by me. And you know what? And it really struck me. And another thing, like Adam was saying on his video, and other people were like, oh, it's so sad to know that, Trisha genuinely believed that this was a real friend of hers. And this woman was actually, doing all this disgusting stuff behind her back. However, I also think it's really, to me, not that it's any consolation prize, not that it's any kind of like thing to make you feel good about. But the reality is that for whatever making fun of that Colleen did, and for whatever tearing down Trisha that she did, and for whatever all the nasty, disgusting, disparaging things, insults that she said, trying to rip her body apart, and all the gross stuff that she was doing, and the illegal distribution of pornography to minors, groomer, child labor law breaker, illegal criminal, intellectual thief, ideas stealer, content creation thief. She had kids working for her for free. I think she had adults working for her for free. And from what it appears from Trisha's latest podcast, well, not the last one, but the one that she did about, her set, it appears that she put hundreds, if not thousands, of her own dollars into investing in their podcast together, which appears to have been all out of her own bank account pockets and none from Colleen. So literally every way you slice it, this person is evil. Colleen is an evil criminal who should be hopefully locked up sooner than later. All of that evil, cruel, and illegal, and disgusting, pedophile, fucking, backstabbing, liar, all of that stuff stems from the truth that Colleen is obsessed with Trisha. Like, absolutely obsessed, stalker level obsessed. So, like I'm saying, this is not a consolation prize or anything, but the fact is that, you know, Colleen was obviously, she was probably getting off sexually. I would guess that she was absolutely turned on by Trisha. She was obviously, like, she was literally paying for this person's OnlyFans account. And so she's using it to play, you know, play it for friends and make fun of her and all this stuff. But at the same time, if you aren't deeply obsessed with this person, you wouldn't be motivated to do that. You know, so I'm not saying anything like, oh, kudos to Trisha because this person is obsessed with her. I mean, this is like sick. This is twisted. This is like obsession to a level where this bitch needs to be in jail because her obsession is literally criminal. Okay? But the point I'm getting at is it's certainly not as if Trisha was the only one who had feelings. Trisha was the only one who was invested. Yeah, Colleen was invested from a like mentally ill, psychotic, obsessed, twisted, doing really nasty kind of things with your obsession kind of thing. And literally like sending pictures of her to everybody you know. And like, who sets up a fucking watch party to watch videos unless you are deeply, deeply, deeply obsessed with someone? So again, just to reiterate for like the 100th time in this video, that's not a good thing. I'm not saying like, oh, Colleen is obsessed with her. I'm just saying whatever bad feelings that Trisha has about like, oh, I really wanted a friendship with this person. Obviously that person was not healthy. Obviously she wasn't capable of having a healthy friendship. She obviously has some very weird sexual fetishes, and not in any way to say that being sexually attracted to Trisha is a sexual fetish. I'm saying she obviously has sexual fetishes with the whole pedophile and tampons and minors and like all that disgusting stuff. Like all that is obviously she's weird and fetish. And she probably also is like deeply attracted to Trisha and doesn't know what to do with it. And so because she's got a sick, fucked up mind, she took that and turned that into something sick and twisted. And, you know, obviously Trisha wouldn't be into Colleen, so that wouldn't be an option. But I'm just saying, like, it is so obvious that Colleen is deeply, deeply, deeply fucking obsessed with Trisha. So I'm just kind of assuming, it's kind of weird angle, weird lighting, it's raining. I'm just kind of assuming, but it seems to me that Colleen absolutely fetishized Trisha as well. That she had some serious, specific person obsession with Trisha, because it doesn't seem that she was sending pornographic material of just a whole bunch of people. It seems like it was all very fetish obsessed, specifically obsessed with Trisha. So my opinion is that Colleen has some, you know how like stalkers and murderers and serial killers and really sick, weird, twisted people, they literally are obsessed with a person sexually and emotionally and in all kinds of ways, obsessed. And I've heard that Colleen also had like a hatred for people who were not super skinny, which Trisha is not super skinny. So I feel like Trisha represents something to Colleen, whatever it was. Like she was obviously, oh, bad lighting. She didn't know how to handle her. She obviously, something's sick and twisted. Something is sick and twisted. I'm gonna guess she was molested by her freaking uncle. Let's just go there. That seems like it probably is obvious, okay? But I don't know. I have no proof. Allegedly, could be something like that. Something in that soup of that. And whatever. She's psycho and twisted, and I'm not excusing her. But I'm just glad that Trisha was able to see the truth. Thanks to Johnny Silvestri, thanks to Adam. And I'm really still hopeful that they'll band together and put aside their differences and their hurt feelings and power couple, power group, power team, class action against Colleen or something. Power team against Colleen. We gotta put that bitch in the police station. For the rest of the nation. Like, so whatever Trisha feeling like, oh, I put so much into this friendship. Oh, I tried so hard. Oh, I was over the top. Girl, what you did was nothing. What you did was a drop in the ocean compared to the insanity of obsession that Colleen had for you. You had regular, maybe a little bit, maybe you were doing more than the average person. You're obviously more than an average person. There's nothing about you that's average, okay? So the fact that you put a lot into your friendship, that's only a positive on you. And even this point in Adam's video where he did, I think it was called Dear Trisha Paytas, and he had a little mini rant where he was saying, you know, Trisha doesn't care. Trisha only cares about her, and Trisha didn't care about me, and Trisha didn't care about Johnny, and Trisha didn't care about Ella, and Ollie, all the other people that were out there talking about it. And I felt like, which I did put a comment on his video, which is like, you can't care about something that you think is a lie. And from Trisha's perspective, from what it seems, from what she shared, it seems as if her perspective was, here I have a real life human being who's my actual friend, Colleen, who's telling me that is ridiculous, adamantly not true. No, that guy was obsessed with you, sending me your news, which is still fucking weird and stuff, but okay. And yeah, Adam's like, well, she blocked me, and I've been trying to send her things, but how many other people send Trisha weird shit? How many people try to DM Trisha? How many people? Probably a lot. A lot. So you've got a real life human being friend that you are actively involved with, that you know and you care about, who's telling you to your face what you think is true. And then you've got strangers on the internet talking shit. Who would you believe? I wouldn't believe strangers on the internet talking shit when I have my real life friend in my face saying that's some crazy shit. And it sounds so absurd because it is so absurd. So why would you believe crazy shit? But now she does. And she's doing the right thing. So I don't know. I really feel like she does not deserve hate. She was dragged into this. She had nothing to do with this. She did nothing wrong, and she's trying to protect her peace. She just got married and had a baby. Why would she be trying, you know? And he's like, she's deleting comments. Well, if she thinks that some vigilante lying internet trolls are trying to spread hate, why shouldn't she delete comments? I'm a fucking... I got a handful of followers, and I delete comments if I don't like them because I don't need to have them on my page, and they don't deserve to be there, and the person who wrote it doesn't deserve to have their name or their nasty comment up there for anybody else to see. So I'm going to delete shit. Why can't she? Okay? So my hope and prayer is that all of these victims band together, and as far as I know, Adam and Trisha, from what it seems, are the only two people who have legal grounds at the moment to literally sue her for real. Sue Colleen for every fucking penny that bitch has. And then she could be scrubbing fucking toilets in the jail cell with her toothbrush. And I hope so. I will look forward to that. Okay? That's that video. See you in the next one. Bye.
Next time we come here.
I just like the sound of the ding.